The wife is bringing food when the husband snaps at her in anger. The wife asks, "What's wrong with you?" The husband, with a hint of sarcasm, says, "Are you really brave enough to ask that?" Then, pulling out his card from his pocket, he adds, "Where did the money in my card go? I just deposited 200,000 in it yesterday, and today 100,000 is missing. I had set this money aside to buy a car." The wife responds, "Oh, I understand now. You were talking about the card. Last night, Mom called and said Dad was in the hospital and he needed 100,000. You were asleep, so I didn't wake you, and I sent the money to Mom." The husband, "You knew he needed it, so why didn't you tell me? You sent the money without letting me know, and this isn't a small matter." The wife says, "We're husband and wife. This money is our shared property. You know we should trust each other." The husband says, "I'm telling you, I've already made an agreement with the car showroom. Return the money immediately. I need it to buy the car." The wife, still gentle but emotional, says, "What's more important to you, your car or my dad's life? How can you be so selfish?" The husband says, "Selfish? You're calling me selfish? If he's sick, I don't care. But think about it. If he had died, how would I have bought the car? And listen, this is exactly what happens when you marry a girl from a poor family. Your dad is sick, so why don't you ask your brothers to give the money?" The wife, with pain in her voice, says, "Now I understand. No matter how well my father treats you, in your eyes, your dad and my dad will never be the same. You never treated my father as your own." The husband shouts, "Don't give me nonsense. Go and get the money back. If you don't, there will be serious consequences." At that moment, the assistant enters the room and says, "Ma'am, regarding the new product, the entire team is gathered in the meeting room. They're all waiting for you. No decision can be made without you." The boss, in a soft voice, says, "All right, tell them I'm coming." The assistant sympathetically says, "If you want, I can delay the meeting a little. You don't seem okay." The boss replies, "No, the company won't stop for my personal problems. Just give me 5 minutes. I'll compose myself and come." The assistant says, "Yes, ma'am, as you wish. I'll inform the team, and if you need any help, just let me know." Then he quietly leaves. At the same time, the husband's phone rings. He takes it out of his pocket and says, "Hello, what's up?" On the other end, his brother says, "Dad is in the hospital. Because of you, he got the 100,000. The doctor said if the money hadn't arrived on time, there would have been serious trouble. Thank God it got there on time. Thank you so much." The call ends. The husband turns to his wife, visibly relieved, and says, "Listen, Dad is safe. The doctors said there was very little time, and the money you sent actually saved his life. You sent it at just the right time. If you hadn't, it could have been a disaster. You really did something incredible." The wife, with firmness, says, "When you thought the money was for my dad, your eyes were full of anger. You didn't care about his life. But as soon as you found out it was your dad, suddenly you're happy?" The wife composes herself and says, "I'm going to the hospital to see my father. When I come back, just as you want, we will go our separate ways." If you were in the wife's place, would you send the money to save your father's life? Or stay silent out of fear of upsetting your husband? What would you do? Share your thoughts in the comments.